Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is March 7th. Woo, this episode is coming out late, very late. My bad. Normally it's on Mondays, but I had to push back a few things, mostly because, I'm at a very, very weird time in life right now. But where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find the latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Woo! How's everybody doing today, man? This episode was going to be very different. Very different. I was going to mostly talk about the new shows coming out, which was Shogun. Shogun. Really talk about Chris Mortensen and Richard Lewis passing away. The influx of the new Japanese content coming out, with also Ninjagami, all that. That was supposed to be the show today, and I might have to push back that stuff for a later date, probably hopefully Friday. Well, tomorrow's Thursday, so yeah, Friday possibly. We're gonna probably have two shows, Friday or Saturday, whichever one. But here's my deal. I want to talk about I want to talk about the speech. Well, really the not speech, but like the whole just the ceremony of Jason Kelce retiring. First of all, I can't be more happy that someone from Ohio embodied Philadelphia so much. I'm a Philadelphian. Everybody knows this. I'm from North Philly, and I really did that part of me bleeds through more than anything else. I love my city. I love the people that are there. I love just everything about it. And to watch Jason Kelce really rise to stardom in these past couple years and become the legend that he is of Philadelphia is mind-boggling. Like past 7 years since we won the Super Bowl, since they won the Super Bowl, and that speech that he had, like I didn't even know Jason Kelce really talked that much. And when he went off and did the speech, one of the greatest speeches, probably one of the greatest championship speeches of all time, it was beautiful, man. And to see him retire and really like start just naming off like every single name that helped him through his path to the NFL, through college, through high school, you know what I'm saying? Like all that. It shows you a testament of his character. It shows you a testament of, who Jason Kelce really is and how he was really raised. And I can't be more happy for a guy like him. And I'm a big fan of his now. You know what I mean? I'm an even bigger fan. And I just like it almost had me in tears. Like the man, and to know that me and him are the same age. I'm 34. I'm sorry. I'm 34 with back injuries and knees buckling and elbows hurting when I'm doing lifting and things like that. Like we are the same age, and he's taken a lot more punishment than I definitely have. And I was just sitting here watching, and I was just like, yo, I'm watching a dude that got to live out his dream, and just know that his body was the thing that kind of like didn't force the retirement, but he probably could have played another 2 or 3 years at an all-pro level. That's the crazy part. He could have played the next 2-3 years at an all-pro level and was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I got family to raise. I gotta see my 3 girls grow up and things. I'm just sitting here watching. I'm just like, this dude lived the dream. And I'm sitting here on the couch watching him talk about how he got to live his dream. And I'm just like, then I snap out of it. You got to snap out of that mindset, because when you're sitting here watching, you're just like, man, that dude got it, man. He got it made, bro. He got it made. You know what I'm saying? He's the same age as me. He's, you know, what I mean, I'm big, you know, we bigger. You know what I mean? It's just like, why am I not up there? Why is that not me? That thought process, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous thought process. And the reason why I say it's a dangerous thought process is because comparison is the thief of joy. I learned that. I learned that a long time ago. I forgot who I heard it from first, but I've heard it a couple times now. Is that comparison is the thief of joy? I think Mike Tyson said that too. It was like one of his things he said on Joe Rogan. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, why am I comparing? Like we got different paths. Just like I tell y'all, man, we all have different paths. This was, you know, what I mean, like I said, the podcast was not the dream. I probably have said this before. Podcasting was never like I didn't think I was going. I was supposed to be one podcasters were talking about. Sports podcasters were talking about me winning my 50th Wimbledon or something like. No, not 50th. You have to play 50 years of tennis to win Wimbledon 50 times. Win Wimbledon 50 times. So that definitely didn't happen. Sorry, but you sit around here, and you know, sometimes the road gets changed. Even with Jason, he was a walk-on running back for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Somebody walked in, said, "Hey man, you might be better as a center. You might be better on the O-line." And you know, he fought against it for a little bit, and then he was like, "You know what? Let me do it." And now he's a Hall of Fame Hall of Fame center. And so it just shows you the testament of like time. Like I'm letting y'all know, like things are going to change. You know, the road is always going to change. The road's going to continue to change. People are going to change that's on that road. Some people just jump into your life and you didn't even know you were ready for them to jump into your life, and they have, and it could be one of the most joyous experiences ever. And so I'm sitting here, I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm excited again. You know what I mean? I have something I'm working towards, you know, and it gives me purpose. You know what I'm saying? It gives you purpose and makes you happy, you know, and just podcasting has done that, has found its purpose in my life. I was scared to do this. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was terrified. I was scared to talk into the ether. Hold on. Oh yeah, I was scared to like sit there and just talk into the ether. Who's gonna listen to me talk? Who's gonna sit there and say, "Man, Andrew, no, you say some real shit out." Nah, I mean, is what it is. Let's just to click play, record, and let's get it. Now most of my shit's on SoundCloud. But watching Jason Kelce really like live, like, and what's cool is that his brothers in the league with him. His mom pretty much became the mom of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like it just it's really cool to watch. Like it's so cool to watch. And then you know, Fletcher Cox is not too far behind. I'm, you know, we getting rumblings that this probably Fletcher Cox's retirement also during the off season. And these guys were legends. You know, these guys brought something to Philadelphia that's never been brought there, which was a Super Bowl title. Now we've won titles before, but we're not going to talk about that. But in 2017, like there was like some bad looking females inside my house. Okay, just putting it out there, and I was weeping like a child. I was weeping after watching Tom Brady throw that fucking pass that felt like 2 hours. The ball was up there for about 2 hours, and I was sitting here. I wept. I wept. I was sitting there just weeping. I put on my Eagle stuff, and I was just like, "Damn, we finally did it." Uh, all those years where I had to go cry when Rondé Barber took that motherfucker to the house off of McNabb. When, you know what I mean, T.O. broke his leg, came back and almost won the Super Bowl for the Eagles the first time around. Like to watch all those NFC championship games that we've just faltered, and it's just like, damn, finally getting over that hump was like, oh my God. It was like all of Philadelphia, like the boulder was released off of us. And I want to thank those guys, everybody that was a part of it. Zach Ertz is probably the last of the Mohicans. Well, I'm sorry, Lane Johnson and Brandon Graham too. Sorry, but they almost most of that team's gone. That was 7 years ago, y'all. This year is 7 years that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. 2017. And to watch like these guys that I have grown up to watch, have grown up to love, and be one of their biggest fans. It's just like, yeah, man, this is a proud moment. I can't. I'm. This is the dream. So, first of all, I want to say thank you, Travis, and the Eagles organization. And Fletcher, if this is your retirement, if you are retiring this offseason, thank you. Thank you for all the work that you guys put in, all the love you put in for Philadelphia. Even though sometimes you get booed, sometimes you just that there, steadfast and kept moving forward. We love you guys, man. Don't get it twisted. The booze only are for temporary. That's temporary. Our love for y'all is forever, for sure. And so we might talk a lot of shit about people, but trust me, Philadelphia loves their sports. We love the players that decide to come here. We love the players that when they get drafted here, stay here because they love the city that much. So I can't be more happy to see these legends just be able to walk out and ride into the sunset, man. It's beautiful, man. And so once again, like I said, man, thank you guys for that moment in my life that really has been great. Damn, that's fucked up. Well, you know what? Nick Foles and Carson Wentz are still in the league. My fault. My bad. There's quite a few players still in the league. My bad. But from the Eagles, that most of them that's almost it. Got Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and Lane Johnson. That's it. I feel like Jordan Mailata was on that team. Probably wasn't. I'm probably losing. It's all good. It's okay. But yeah, man, I just wanted to put that out there, man. I wanted to put that for this podcast. Is that, man? It's just, yeah. I started comparing, and I was like, nah, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. Hold on, let me push this motherfucker. I don't know why. Maybe it's me that did this dumbass shit. Yeah, it's probably me. I'll fix it later. But yeah, that's pretty much not the podcast. Last week I messed up and went to the gym. I don't know how I messed up. It's because I got bored. But I went to the gym 7 days in a row. It's probably bad. There's probably some type of diminish of return from doing some shit like that. Y'all know I get addicted. I have addicted personality. So if I go to the gym, I got addicted to going to the gym. So now I messed up. And so when I'm bored, I go to the gym. When I have nothing else to do, go to the gym. Most people would go and play video games or maybe go out for a run. No, I go to the gym. So that happened 7 days last week. It's some decisions that need to be made very soon. Some decisions that should have been made a long time ago. But I've been holding off. But definitely at this point, there's some decisions that will be definitely be handled here in the next couple weeks, man. Because it's just like you can't treat other human beings like this, man. Some people just don't know how to treat other people, man. It's just good, with dignity and respect. That's what it is. But I won't get too far deep into that. But it just bothers me a lot to see other human beings treat the way. It's bad, man. It's just bad. That's all I want to put out there. That's all I want to say. But yeah, it's just, yeah. That's all I want to say. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I feel a little bit skinnier. I feel better. My back still is tightening up a lot. So we're trying to figure that part of the story out. Just really trying to work through it, and this, like I said, this, like y'all know, man, this is a permanent thing for me. So it's just like we're gonna continue to fight and see what the fuck happens throughout the fucking thing, whatever, the progress or whatever. I don't know how to really, the process. There we go, process throughout this process. So guys, you guys know better than I know. But yeah, so This is going to be a pretty short podcast today. I don't know if I should put this on the Patreon. No, probably not. Um, yeah, it's damn. I was going to talk about, like I said, I was going to talk about Ninjagami. I was going to talk about Shogun, and you know what? Bump that. This is what we're gonna do. This is what, since we're gonna stay on the sports subject for a little bit. Rest in peace to Chris Mortensen, one of the best, one of really the first NFL insiders that I got to watch. The Mort Report was so awesome. Like right now, this is prime. This would have been prime time Chris Mortensen time. More we see Adam Schefter more, of course, but like I feel like Chris Mortensen was the first one to really show like a character. Like he was really funny in some way. He was really funny. He was, he did the, this is Sports Center commercials. I've been watching, like I said, I've been watching Sports Center forever, and I don't remember a time where Chris Mortensen didn't show up on for like breaking news and things like that until these past couple years, and the way he fought through throat cancer. I think what was it? Stage 4? I think it was stage 4. And the man fought through it, got through it, and I think he like lived for a couple more years afterwards. It's just a testament of like how strong he was. But he was definitely a trailblazer for NFL reporting and being actually good at the job and being accurate. That's what was cool about him. He was very accurate about everything that was going on in the NFL. So I'm definitely a big, big fan of Chris Mortensen, man. Rest in peace to him. If he was going through pain, I'm just hopefully he's not going. I mean, in the actor that he's not going through anything else, man. And to his family and everybody, condolences. Also, somebody else I grew up watching, Richard Lewis. Richard Lewis is best known for me. Out of may probably best known somewhere else for everybody else. He is best known for me as King John from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Richard Lewis was funny as shit in this movie. I grew up on Richard Lewis, man. He was on a lot more other stuff, but Robin Hood with Men in Tights was by far underrated class. Hold on, let me make sure I got y'all. Richard Lewis was on so much shit, man. I think he was on Saturday Night Live at one point too. His filmography has to be big. Has to be big. Oh my gosh. Hold on, IMDb. There we go. Man, but once again, rest in peace. What? Y'all tripping. Curb. That's right. He was on Curb. He was on Curb. Everybody Hates Chris, Leaving Las Vegas. Of course, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Wagons East. A lot of Mel Brooks. Huh? I think he was in a lot of Mel Brooks stuff. He was in Tales of the Crypt. Dead Zone. Oh, Till Death. Wow. Code Black. He was in a lot of stuff, man. Oh my gosh. He's born on New Year's. It looks like he was born on New Year's. Edge of Chaos. Let's see. BoJack Horseman. Wow. Richard Lewis had a list, dog. He had a list. Yeah, man. But rest in peace to him also. He's definitely a pinnacle of my childhood because y'all don't understand. I watched Robin Hood Men in Tights way too many times to count. And he was a big part of the movie, and he was the villain. But he played a funny ass villain. So I definitely just wanted to put that out there, man. Rest in peace to these two guys, two legends. These guys are legendary. One's a legendary actor, one's a legendary sports, legendary NFL insider for real. Like I said, Mort started it to me. I don't know about anybody else, but Mort's the one that started it, like straight up. So if anybody has a problem with it, you can fight me. But yeah, I guess that's the show for today. I know, very short, my fault. But we're gonna have a longer episode probably. Well, we're gonna have a longer episode either tomorrow or Saturday. We're talking about Shogun. We're gonna be talking about Japanese content like Ninjagami. I'm gonna try to finish Jujutsu Kaisen, and then that's pretty much that's what we're doing right now. So with that, I would like to say I love all you guys. Where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find your podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Hey, hold on. Yesterday, I think it's March 6th. So I just want to make sure put this out there first. Happy 50th birthday to Beanie Siegel, the Broad Street Bully, the king of Philly, in my opinion, the best rapper from Philadelphia, in my opinion. If you guys don't know, I've been one of the biggest fans of Beanie Siegel ever since. I don't even know what ever since means, from, when he was doing Rockefeller stuff and, the truth, the reason, all that. The Becoming is one of the best albums I've ever listened to in my life. I don't care what anybody tells me. So, just wanted to put it out there. Happy birthday, Beans. You know what I mean? We as a Philadelphian, as a proud Philadelphian, I love you, man. Legendary Broad Street Bully. You know what I'm saying? Siegel Street. You already know. So with that, I like to say once again, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Leave a written review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify for your boy. Also, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about the podcast. Force them to listen. No, I'm joking. But have them come listen to the pod, man. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But with that, I want to say I love all you guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Catch you guys later. Deuces.